Hi guys, and welcome back to Denise. So today I'm coming on to do my Shop My Stash Face of the Week video. If you guys are interested, I'm just going to jump right in and showcase the things that I'm going to be using this week. I hope you enjoy, so let's get right to it. So the first item I'm going to be using is my Master Prime by Maybelline. This one is the one that is matte. It is a long-lasting eyeshadow base, and I like to use it because I have very oily eyelids, plus they're hooded. So sometimes I have transfer of my eyeshadows, they slide off, they don't stay in place. So this is a really good base to use to make the eyeshadows adhere for a longer period of time. This primer is like one of my favorites. I apply it like a lotion. It gives a slight hint of pigmentation. There's not like a huge difference. It's not going to cover my skin or cover any flaws with my skin up, but what it does is it provides me a really good foundation to start working off of. So I like for my skin to be hydrated even though it is oily, and I find that whenever I use this, especially around this time of season when it's colder, my skin just looks hydrated and it's not like oily either. So this is a great primer for this time of season for me. So the finishing powder I'm going to be using is by Black Radiance. It's the Soft Focus Finishing Powder in number 9203 Milk Chocolate Finish. I adore the way this looks on my skin. I use it alone, and I also like to use it when I want to build up a little bit of color with this primer here. They just go hand in hand in my opinion. So this next item is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, and I swear by this stuff. The way I like to use it is I use it along with my concealer underneath my eye. I spray this on a sponge, a damp beauty sponge. I apply my concealer and then I work the concealer in a patting motion, and this just with the concealer, this primer water with the concealer makes the under eye area look so hydrated. So once I go to set it with the powder, it doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look dry. Whenever I don't use the primer water, I can definitely tell the difference. So I do swear by this primer water by Smashbox. It's my favorite. So my favorite drugstore concealer is the Maybelline New York Fit Me Concealer. I'm going to be using it in the number 30 Cafe. This one is just really easy to use. It just goes on, gives good coverage, isn't too thick, just stays in place. It's beautiful. It does exactly what I need it to do. It's my favorite. So I'm going to be using that this week. So this mascara is a mascara that I like, but I'm not like super head over heels for. I don't adore it. So this is the Voluminous Superstar Red Carpet Black Mascara. So it's step 1, which is the primer, and then step 2, which is the actual mascara. So I'm just going to use that this week. So for my eyebrows, I'm going to be using my NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and I'm going to be using it in the color Espresso. This side is the spoolie, and then on the other end is the actual product. And I like this and I want to use it up. When this first came out, I used it like crazy. Then I stopped using it. Then I started using it again and forgot how much I liked using this particular brow product. So I'm going to use that this week. I was in my local CVS pharmacy and I saw this display for Max Factor, and I haven't seen Max Factor in like forever. So when I saw this, I was intrigued, so I did pick up a mascara and also an eyeliner. The eyeliner is $15, so in my opinion that's kind of expensive for drugstore for one item, but I like a good felt tip jet black eyeliner. I feel like you can get amazing cat eyes and the winged eyeliner look using these type of precision felt tip jet black type of ink type of eyeliners. So I'm looking forward to trying this out. Now I was lucky because I had a ton of beauty bucks, so I didn't have to spend any of my own money to get the mascara and also the eyeliner, but $15 for the mascara and $15 for the eyeliner is a bit high end for a drugstore, but we'll see how it goes. I did pick up both, so I'll let you guys know later in the week what I think of these. But yeah, I'm going to be using this as an eyeliner. So this week I'm going to be using my e.l.f. Beauty sponges. They come in a set of 3. I did pick up the Precision line that they've just come out with, and when I was purchasing those I decided that I would go ahead and try the sponges out. This is a cute little set. They're very similar to the Beauty Blender. These particular beauty sponges come in a set of 3. So you get the big one for all over your face, then you get the medium one for contour and highlight, and then you have the little baby one that you get for underneath your eye for your concealer and whatnot. So I'm going to be using these 3 this week, and I'll let you guys know at the end of the week what my thoughts are on them. So I did pick these up. So the brushes I'm going to be using for my face are my Hokuhodo Sephora Pro brushes. These brushes are absolutely exquisite. I bought them about a year ago in a set. It was a splurge, and I'm so happy that I picked them up. I adore these brushes, and when I say that they look and work as good as the day that I purchased them, they do. They're just soft. They're beautiful. They clean well. The bristles are amazing. They pick up just enough product, the placement, and then they glide on the skin effortlessly. I adore these brushes. So I'm going to be using these brushes on my face this week. They're my favorite. So for my intense highlight this week, I'm going to be using my Becca Afterglow palette. These 2 colors here in this palette are my favorite. This one here is Rose Gold. This one here is Topaz. I use Topaz all the time. It's one of my favorites. So I do have the large one, but I don't have the Rose Gold. So I picked this palette up because I wanted to try some of the other shimmering skin perfector colors. So this is a really nice palette, and I use it all the time, and it looks like I've barely put a dent in it. But this is one of my favorite highlighting palettes. So this next palette is my Hourglass palette, and in here you have 3 ambient lighting powders and then 3 ambient lighting blushes. Now I don't use this palette as much as I would like to. My favorite is this one here, and I believe that's Dim Light. It is like one of my favorites, but I just don't use this palette enough. So I either am going to try to use it or start using it more, or I'm just going to gift it to my mom, who I think will use the heck out of it. I think this is a beautiful, beautiful palette. Now I do own this one, but I also have the original, and I use the original all the time, as you guys can see. So this is the NYX Ombre Blush. I adore this blush. I have it in the color Code Breaker. I picked up about 3 of these, and oh my goodness, they do not disappoint. It is an ombre blush, and the darker color mixed with a little bit of the lighter color is how I like to use it. I have actually used this several times, but it looks like I haven't even touched it, but I have. This color is so absolutely beautiful on. I just adore it, and I'm not one that wears a lot of blush, but I go out of my way to use this because it's absolutely exquisite. It looks so beautiful on the skin. So I'm going to be using this blush this week. So this next powder is the Ben Nye Luxury powder, and I'm using it in the color Banana. This is one of my favorite under eye setting highlighting powders. It just goes on beautiful, but I do not bake with this particular powder because I find that when I do that, it looks very dry underneath my eye area. It settles into fine lines, but when I just apply it by using a sponge, I press it into the concealer and I press it into the skin, and then I quickly just brush off any excess. It looks flawless. It looks beautiful. It doesn't settle into any lines. It just is one of my favorite powders, and nothing works as well as this for that technique. So for my contour, I'm going to be using my Black Radiance powder. This is a face powder, but it works beautiful for contour for me. It is in the color 8615 Ebony. I swear by this face powder. It just goes on. You can apply it very lightly, or you can apply it with full on intensity. So you can go light-handed or heavy-handed. It's amazing. It's the bomb. It blends beautifully. It's oil-free and it has a matte finish. The color is perfection for me. I use it all the time, and I definitely go through one of these a year. So I literally buy this every single year. So for my lippies this week, I'm going to be using my favorite drugstore liquid matte lipsticks. Hands down, nothing beats them. I haven't come across anything that works as beautiful, that has amazing pigmentation. The color selection is awesome, as these Milani lipsticks. They're just beautiful. So just to let you guys know, the first editions, the ones that first came out, are my favorites, and then they've recently come out with like an autumn or fall collection, which would be the 4th edition. Those are my favorites. The way they're formulated, I can definitely tell the difference between the 2nd edition and the 3rd edition. So the 3rd edition was the metallics, and I bought them all, and then I used them for a little bit, but I can never just get them to work the way I wanted them to work for me, so I don't ever use them. But the 1st edition Amore Matte Lip Creams by Milani I use all the time, and then the new ones I just bought, which would be the 4th edition, I use those all the time also. Along with the Amore Matte Lip Creams, I'm going to be using my favorite, hands down, beats any liquid matte lipstick in this color out there. This is the Jordana Sweet Cream Matte Liquid Lip Color. Oh my gosh, this color along with this color here mixed together just makes one of the most prettiest fire red lips I have ever been able to create. I swear by this color. It is so beautiful. It works with most of my liquid matte lipsticks. Oh my gosh, this is a beautiful color. Do not sleep on Jordana. Please don't. You will be so disappointed. You definitely have to find a color that works for you. I pretty much bought the entire collection, but the one that I find myself using all the time, like all the time when I want that fiery red lip, is this orange here and this red here. They just work beautiful together. So these are my lippies for the week. So I'm going to be using 2 of my staple lip liners. These are lip liners that I just use all year long, all the time. I'm replacing them constantly. I'm giving them away constantly. They're the Jordana Easy Liner Retractable Lip Pencils. I use Terra Kiss, and then my favorite for using red lips is the Cabernet. Oh my gosh, these are absolutely beautiful lip liners. They stay in place. They don't bleed. They hold up against any lipstick that you are applying. I swear by these. They are my favorites. So this next item is an amazing perfume that says that it's not a perfume, but the fragrance is beautiful. It's called Juliet Has a Gun. I picked this up in a Sephora VIB Rouge gift. It was something that they offered, and so I put the code in and received it, and I have not stopped wearing it since. This smells amazing. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. It is like a clean scent that isn't flowery or sweet, but it's not musk or woodsy either. It works so beautiful with my body chemistry. It's just a clean scent that holds up. It stays, but it's not overwhelming. It's not overpowering. So the fragrance is unique. It really is unique. So much so that I actually went out and I picked up the Juliet Has a Gun Discovery Kit from Sephora because I wanted to check out the other scents from this line. Let me pull out so you guys could see this a little better. This is the Discovery Kit, and you just push it out like this, and then you have the information here on the fragrances, and then you have a large bottle of the Juliet Has a Gun, and then you have the other 7 fragrances. This is such a really cool gift idea. If you guys were looking for a gift to give someone, this is like the deluxe size sample that Sephora sent me, being a VIB Rouge, and then this is what I actually purchased myself. I'm going to try all of these scents out, and I'll come back later and tell you guys what my favorites are. But definitely, if you're in Sephora and you're trying to, you know, update your scent collection, your perfume collections, and you want to try some new ones, ask them for a sample of the Juliet Has a Gun. I don't think you'll be disappointed. It's an amazing fragrance. I absolutely adore it. So I did save the best for last. This is a new palette that Kat Von D has come out. Every single year I try to remember to pick up one of her holiday palettes. I did pick up last year's palette, and now I have this one. This is the Metal Mattes palette, and when I say, oh my goodness, if you're on the fence about purchasing this palette, you will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. It is a substantial palette. You get a ton of product in here. The mirror runs the length of the palette. So this palette has a ton of product in here. Like I was saying, it's very substantial. 9 metals, 13 mattes. It is absolutely beautiful. The color selections are amazing. I'm going to swatch a few of these for you guys because they are so freaking pigmented. Oh my gosh, I have been blown away by them. So I'll go ahead and swatch Wyatt's, Tinsel, and Flash for sure. So let me swatch Wyatt, Tinsel, Flash. Do you guys see how beautiful this is? They're so beautiful. And then let me swatch them up here for you. Oh my goodness. And on camera, this is not doing it justice. In person, it is fabulous. So those were the metals. So I'll go ahead and swatch a few of the mattes for you. So here are 3 of the mattes swatched on the back of my hand. And when I say they are absolutely beautiful, they are so beautiful. Oh my goodness. And so I know this palette is going to be used all year long. It's definitely going to stay right at hand's reach, so I can grab it off my vanity anytime I want to use it. The colors in here are amazing, and I'm actually getting more used to using shimmers and metallics and things like that on my eyelids. I'm getting better at applying them and making them work for me, so I'm definitely going to be using the heck out of this palette. It is absolutely beautiful. So I just want to say thank you so very much for taking time out of your day to watch my Shop My Stash Face of the Week video. I always have so much fun putting these up and sharing makeup and what I'm wearing for the week with all of you. Please make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to each and every single one of you guys soon. Bye! Bye, guys.